Demons, and welcome to a quick look at the Tech Future Pack. So this is just a actual paid money pack, not a V-Bucks pack, that comes with 3 different skins, including Neural Links, the Neural Scratch Claws back bling, the Neural Scratch Claws housing tool. You also get Healy, spelt with leet speed, because of course, the Nanotech Blade back bling, and the Nanotech Blade harvesting tool. You also get CRZ8, who's an 8-ball variant. I don't know if there's like a way of saying that name that isn't just like saying the letters out loud, but in any case, the Tech Plate 8 and the Lucky 8, which I didn't realise were actually 2 different lengths. But yeah, we're gonna equip. We're gonna start with links, and we'll work our way through everything else. I will be comparing to the original skins they're based off, so if you're interested in that, you know what? Actually, I'm gonna do that now, in terms of just favoriting the skins so I can compare them. But yeah, let's start with links. So links is interesting. Links is definitely my main reason for getting this pack, I'll be quite honest. I think that this is a really good look for her. There's a lot of remodeling, very little of this other than the mask, and I guess the hands is actually the same, and the tail I suppose. But yeah, it's a very interesting design. I really do like this whole, like, I guess cyberpunk is kind of what they're going for, aesthetic that they have, and honestly, it's a really good look. And just quickly comparing her to... that's the wrong thing. I hate the new locker system, but comparing her to her original, yeah, you can see that the mask is pretty much the same, but otherwise, there's a lot of differences, even down to the fact that the shoes are actually shoes, whereas on the original Links, they're more like just clawed feet. It's kind of interesting to look at like that, but yeah, this is a really interesting design. I do kind of wish that, like the original Links, you had different colour options, because I like that about the original Links, but in any case, it's a really good design. It is a really good design, and the back bling works really well with it. Going on to the back blings, yeah, the neural scratches, that was they're called, neural scratch claws. Pretty interesting. Obviously, it's the, you know, same as the housing tool, so I'm just going to quickly, once again, just favourite everything and jump into that. But yeah, neural scratch claws, pretty interesting. As for the actual housing tools themselves, okay, so this one is longer, the one on the right, and then the one on the left is shorter. But they are also not the same design, they are actually 2 different designs. I did not realise that. That's pretty cool, actually. I like the little electric effect that's on the blades. It's a bit boring, and just swing them real quick. It's very generic sword sounding. It's nothing terrible, but it's not exactly that interesting either. Yeah, it's just generic sword sound, and I don't believe this is based on any other sword that's in the game, so I don't have anything to compare to, but pretty cool overall. If you're a fan of dual-wielding swords, that's pretty nice. Moving on to the next skin, we'll do 8-ball, or CRZ8, and yeah, once again, I really like what they've done with him. He very much is just 8-ball's head on a completely different designed body. And quickly comparing to the original 8-ball, oh, that is the gold 8-ball. That's the one that I wanted, okay. But yeah, the original 8-ball is, you know, pretty sleek, pretty clean. And this one is also pretty much the same, just with a little bit of extra layering. And I do quite like that about it. The hood is really well done on this one, especially in my opinion. And, yeah. It is interesting how they decided to actually change the 8 to be like a hologram, which is not something that they did with Links, because I guess Links already had lights. But yeah, when it comes to 8-ball, you've got all the same general details. Is that... oh wow, that's actually on him to begin with, the CRZ8. I never noticed that before. But yeah, so his actual detailing is very similar throughout this. So on that arm he also has that design. Is that on this? It's either covered up by the sleeve or it's not on this design, but still, there's a lot of really nice detailing on this. Once again, he has shoes on this. I think the original, yeah, it's boots. So it is changed up quite a lot, actually. These are very distinctly different skins. Like, if it weren't for that 8-ball mask and the fact that it's sharing the pose, I probably wouldn't even realize this was based on 8-ball. And I really like 8-ball. 8-ball's one of my favorite skins from Chapter 2. So the fact that, you know, I can look at this and be like, it's from the back as well. It's not even recognizable as 8-ball. It's kind of crazy how that is the case, but yeah, it's a very good design, and I like that one. So the back bling for him is, that's the Nanotech blade. It's the other one. It's the Tech Plate 8, and yeah, that's very 8-ball. You know, it's got the 8 on it. Interesting. The blades are very clearly different lengths as well, which is interesting. Quite like that. It works pretty well. I'm going to quickly just switch to the actual skin I'm talking about, rather than the original 8-ball. But yeah, I hate the locker layout. It's so annoying. But yeah, looks pretty good. I like it. And his harvesting tool is the Lucky 8s, which once again, it's 2 blades that are, you know, different lengths. Like, quite considerably, but the design is very similar, unlike with the scratch claws, so pretty interesting. I do quite like that. Once again, little, like, electric effect on the blades that you can see. It's not as noticeable necessarily, but it's still pretty nice to see. Nice little bit of pink, really brings everything together. Pretty boring overall, and swinging them. Once again, very generic sword metal sound. It's kind of disappointing that, like, they do look so interesting, you know, for dual wield swords. We've seen so many of them at this point that it's not that unique, but, like, having them sound so generic, when they could easily have added some, like, tech sounds, some, like, electric static, something like that, just to make it a bit different. I don't know, I think the harvesting tools are a little bit lazy, but that's just my opinion. And that finally brings us on to, where is he? Peely! So, Peely, obviously, very much a fan favourite skin in terms of just skins in general. Actually, I'm gonna be completely, like, honest. I even love Peely, and honestly, this is a really good variant. Obviously, there's been quite a few variants of Peely over the years. I don't know why he's so much more zoomed in. But yeah, does he have the blue? He doesn't, so he doesn't have the Nana sticker on him. I like how the arms are actually very distinct. Like, they're silver compared to, you know, how Peely originally is just completely one colour. I like the eyes, they're yellow rather than being brown, but then around it does appear to be brown, so that's pretty interesting. Once again, shoes, the whole coat design. I like the wiring at the top. It's very much like trying to say this is a robot outfit, whereas, you know, obviously, actual banana sort of deal. I quite like it. It's not, you know, as different necessarily, but at the same time, it's, I don't know, if it wasn't the fact that it's clearly shaped like a banana, I probably wouldn't be able to tell this is Peely. Like, if it was curved at the top, you know, if it was just a very rounded, domed head, I think I'd probably just assume it was a brand new model, because it is pretty distinct. I'm just trying to see if there's anything really to call out on in terms of, like, aesthetic, you know, differences or aesthetic similarities. That it's a pretty distinct outfit. It's just another Peely variant, which we have seen plenty of. Well, I like that, though. I like how the pose is the same, though. That is one bit of continuity that I do like across all these, that I think is actually really good. Yeah, pretty nice. And then his back bling is the the Nanotech blade, which looks pretty good. It's basically just a single sword, which is a rarity for this set. And yeah, the Nanotech blade harvesting tool. I actually quite like the back bling. I think the back bling looks really good. It could actually work with a lot of different skins because, you know, it's just a little bit yellow, not really, you know, majority colour. It doesn't really scream this is a Peely item by any means, and I like the little, you know, satchel pack sort of thing that's connected to it. The straps on it are very nicely done. Just generally, other than the fact it floats off, but most back blings do, it looks pretty good. I quite like that. And when it comes to the actual harvesting tool itself, yeah, it's pretty basic. Just a yellow blade, got a bit of brownish yellow on it. Pretty nice design overall, but yeah, generally it's just a pretty generic blade, listening to the sound of it. Yeah, that sounds very familiar. This is probably just a sound from a different sword, and I think that's the case for all three of them, to be completely honest. They're just a bit too generic for my liking, I don't know. I do appreciate that this is a different base concept, you know, it's a single wield sword, whereas these two are both dual wield, but yeah, overall, not the most interesting selection of harvesting tools, I'm going to be completely honest. Really, when it comes to this pack, what you're getting it for is the skins, and if you're a fan of Lynx and 8-Ball, I clicked on them in the wrong order, but Lynx and 8-Ball, you're going to like Neuralynx and CRZ8. And yeah, if you're a fan of Peely, you're probably going to like having another Peely variant, because I'm someone that actually does quite like Peely. In fact, if I just quickly switch over to all and search for Peely, you can see I have all of his variants already, and you know, just adding another one to that collection, it's pretty cool. I do like adding variants of skins that I do like, and yeah, this one's a pretty cool one. It's a robot. I like my robots. You know, Kit Bash is a fan favourite for me, and yeah, I quite like that. But yeah, I think probably out of all these, Neuralynx is probably my overall favourite, and yeah, I just like the aesthetic. I like the colours. The tail's really cool, which obviously is an element taken straight from Lynx, though I don't have the tail equipped apparently. There we go. That's something that I probably should have compared. But yeah, the tail is slightly different, but it is the same base model. I think the design's just been changed on it to have that glow on it and that bit of white. But yeah, overall, pretty cool. I do really like this, and hopefully you liked it as well. If you did, make sure to like it, subscribe if you're new here, ring that bell, and all that other YouTube nonsense. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye!
Lunar rainbow flag, happy pride, rabbit with facts. Streamer let's play, take them out like dinosaurs. FNAFN, troll, not the leader of a cult. Rabbit with sax, it's Luna.